Hi, it's Becca, personal trainer. Remember, according to Karen Smith on the movie Mean Girls 2004, on Wednesdays we wear pink. Today is Wednesday. Now, this video is going to be about how to train the chest without a bench, because some of us don't have a bench at home. And if we want to work out at home, we want to train that chest without the bench. So this is one of my faves. This is what we're doing here. This is a weight plate squeeze for chest. We're starting right here. Now, I'm stabilizing my core, squeezing my glutes. I'm doing a vacuum. I'm pulling my belly button in toward my spinal erectors. And then glutes, core, and hamstrings, and quadriceps. So we're gonna, now I'm also retracting my scapula, or in layman's terms, squeezing my shoulder blades together. Also pulling my shoulder blades down. So then I'm gonna press, and then remember I'm going at that arc, coming down to contraction, flexion, 1,000, 2,003, squeeze, squeeze. Remember, I'm squeezing my pectoralis, or chest muscles, because remember, we're engaging our mind. We're focusing on the muscles being trained, and we're engaging them right now. So with your workout, you're gonna do the appropriate number of sets and reps. And these are 2.5 pound plates. You may go heavier. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to show you how to do a dumbbell bench, but this time we're going to go on the floor with a mat. So here we go. Now, these are 5 pound weights. You may, based on your ability, you're going to go heavier. Of course, when I'm doing my own workouts, I obviously go heavier. So this is just like what we do on a bench, except for the range of motion. So I'm starting off with a pronated grip. My palms are facing away from me. Then my elbows are 30 degrees right here. And I'm going to press up, just like we do on a bench. And I'm going to neutral. Now, right now, this is about above my head. I'm squeezing my elbows together. They're not going to touch, but squeezing my elbows together, we get a very good contraction of the pectoralis. 1,002, 1,003, down to contraction, up to flexion, squeeze, control it down on the eccentric, 1,002, 1,003. Now we're going to stop right here because we're on the floor. Okay, now another thing we're going to do, remember we talked about flies before. If we are doing a fly and if we go down too far, we take a chance on ruining and injuring our shoulder capsule, because remember the shoulder capsule is very complicated. We've got a supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis. So, and then we have the acromial. So we also have the glenohumeral joint. So when I'm doing a fly, whether I'm on the floor or on a bench, I'm like this. Now, very important. I'm not bending my elbows. My elbows are bent, but I'm not bending them like that. My elbows are bent like this. And again, we're doing the same thing with our shoulders, squeezing them together, pulling them down, and we're going to come just like this. Now, notice the bend in my elbows is static. My elbows do not bend, but they are bent, just like that. So this way, we're getting more of a complete range of motion of the pectoralis or chest muscle than we do with a dumbbell bench. The advantage of a dumbbell bench is that we can use more weight. With a dumbbell fly, we're using less weight, but we're getting a better range of motion. Now, a really ideal thing to do is to superset them. You do dumbbell bench, then you're gonna get the appropriate weight to a dumbbell floor fly. Now, another trick we're gonna do, and we're going to take this band right here, and we can do this standing if we want. So we're gonna take this band and put it behind us. Now, we're going to do a standing chest press. Now, if we hold the band out here, we're not getting a whole lot of resistance. So we want to hold the band way down here. So we're going to press like this. Now, we want to keep tension on this. We're going back to contraction. So going to flexion like that. Remember the same thing. Remember our points. Our shoulder blades are being squeezed together. Our shoulder blades are being pulled down. Just like that. And then here's where we're going to build most of our muscle in this one. And I want to choke up a little more because I want to increase the tension as much as I can. Make it hard to do so we can get the activation. Now another thing we can do with the same thing, and I think I showed you this in a previous video, we're going to do what's called a cable or actually not a cable, but a band crossover. So you can actually hold this side. We can do one arm at a time. We're going to cross it over like this. Now what I like to do is when I'm going from contraction to flexion, I'm going to choke up on this thing, is I like to lean forward like that. That gives more of an activation of the pectoralis or chest muscle. So we're leaning forward like that. And then we're just gonna, we're in the doorway right here. We're stepping out, we're leaning forward, and that gets that activation. I can feel my pectoralis working. So then we can just repeat the other side once we've done a number of sets and reps. So then we're stepping forward, just like that. Same thing. We can chuck up a little more. That increases the tension, just like that. Remember, same thing. Shoulder blades squeeze together, and my shoulder blades are pulled down. In other words, my shoulders are shrugged, like that. Now this is actually the complete range of motion of the pectoralis or chest muscles. The purpose of that is to adduct the arm across the chest. Just like that. Lean forward and squeeze it. I love these. These are great. Now, another trick. Another push-ups. Now, what you're going to do is, if you cannot do a full push-up like this is a full push-up. It's like this. If you can't do those, then we have an alternative. Now, remember, in a push-up, you want your wrist, you want your forearms, you don't want them out like that. You want them over your wrist, just like that. So you can do these on your knees. So what you can do just like this. Down. Back up a little bit so I get a better view. Down. Just like that. Down. Now, the principle is the same when we're doing a push-up. We're squeezing our shoulder blades together, retracting our scapula, pulling our shoulder blades down, or unshrugging our shoulders. And we want to keep our wrists over our palms. Now, another variation that you can do if you want to add some more HIIT to this is a burpee. Now, don't get too frightened for these because here's the burpee you're gonna do. You're gonna go down like this, burpee, hop up, like that. Now, it's a little difficult with this mat, but now that was a full burpee. But your burpee is gonna be down like that on your knees. Push up, up, boing, like that. Okay, so that is how to work your chest without a bench. Okay, so it's pretty awesome. All right, so let me know what you think. Hey, bye, toodles.